Hi everyone, I'm Letian. In this video, I will explain question 6. So question 6 provides us with an open top cylinder, and this cylinder is made of a thin sheets of steel, and then the sheet of steel is basically bent in order to make the cylinder. The cylinder has a capacity of 6,000 cm cube. Okay, now we can straight away look at the question. Part A, it asks us what is the total length of the weld in terms of r and pi. So what the question, like very long question, what it's trying to say is basically, imagine you have a sheet of paper, you roll this paper up, in order to become a cylinder. And then when you roll the paper up, right, there's this part joining the two sides of the paper, right? So we need to sort of glue it together. So this is essentially what is meant by this welding. Welding is actually sort of like a process of gluing the two sides of the metal together. It's a bit like glue. And not only that, there's still the base of this cylinder. We remember this is open, right? But this is closed. So we need another sheet. There's a circle. In order, we need another sheet of metal to stick below. So we also need to weld the bottom side to join the two. So this bottom side need to glue it with this part. Then we'll get our cylinder. So the first part, they want us to find the total length of welding. Essentially, is just the length of this part and also the circumference of this thing. We add them up, we'll get the total length. So let's get started. The total length of welding will be, the first one is h, right? The height of the cylinder is h. And how about the circumference? The circumference would be circumference of a circle. The formula is 2 pi r. So total length of the weld is h plus 2 pi r. However, the question wants us to find in terms of r and pi. We have a h over here, so we need to find out what is h. In order to do that, we can make use of the formula of the volume of the cylinder, because the question already gives us the volume is 6,000 cm cube. So volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. And the volume here is 6,000. And how about the r? It's just r and h. So we rearranging this equation, we'll get h equal to 6,000 over pi r squared. Okay, so now we have two equations. This equation 1, this equation 2. So we substitute equation 2 into equation 1. We'll get the total length. Let's say we denote the total length of the weld with L is equal to h is 6,000 over pi r squared plus 2 pi r. So this would be our answer for part A. This is the total length of the weld in terms of r and pi. Now let us move on to part B. Part B asks us to find what is the radius and what is the height if we want the total length to be minimum. So the keyword is minimum. Whenever we want something to be maximum or minimum, we will think of differentiation, right? Because when the dl dr is equal to 0, it will be at our turning point. So in this case, the turning point is minimum. So in order to find r and h when the total length is minimum, we need to differentiate this thing first. So dl dr is equal to, let me write down L first. L will be equal to 6,000 pi, 6,000 over pi. And here r squared become r power of -2 because it's the denominator plus 2 pi r. So we can differentiate this dl over dr equal to 6,000 over pi, then multiply by -2 r power of -3 plus 2 pi. So multiply in the -2, we get -12,000 over pi r power of -3 plus 2 pi. So this is the dl/dr. So for minimum length, the dl/dr is equal to 0. So substitute in 0 equal to -12,000 pi r power of -3 plus 2 pi. Then we move this over, become 12,000 over pi r power of -3 equal to 2 pi. So lastly, it becomes r power of -3 become 2 pi squared divided by 12,000. Then rearrange it again, become r cubed equal to 12,000 divided by 2 pi squared. So r cubed is equal to cube root of, r is equal to cube root of 12,000 divided by 2 pi squared. Okay, type this into the calculator. 12,000 divided by 2 pi squared, and then cube root it, you'll get the answer as 8.471, which is the radius. Now we know the radius, we can use it to find our h, the height. Can use this equation, or equation 2. So from equation 2, h is equal to 6,000 divided by pi. R is 8.471 is equal to, there's a square here, equal to 26.613.